started.
Daniel Exadres from Brazil. Wow, that's a pretty high rating there. Okay, let's see. Well, how about a Sicilian? It's been a while. See what we get. Okay, normal Sicilian. I'm going to play D6. I'd like to try out the con Sicilian sometime, but since I'm playing someone pretty high rated, I will stick to my most most familiar system, which is the classical Sicilian. Not a bad way to play, and sometimes throws people off a little bit. They have to dredge up their memories, how they play against it, since it's not the Najdorf, which is very popular, or the... Okay, so this is the main line, bishop g5. And I usually play bishop pawn to e6. Okay, so he just shores up his center with f3. Keeps my knight from hopping into g4 here. And can I just defend the pawn and castle? The thing is, if you play knight here, I'll play a6. This is to keep the knight out of knight out of the b5 square. So now I think I can do this in castle. Yeah, and he gets pressure here. If I castle, yeah, let's not commit to castling just yet. There's a problem here where this pawn is a little bit hard to defend sometimes. Yeah, so I have to take back with the pawn. I don't want to give it up. Thing is, he can just trade off this knight and grab the pawn if the bishop goes to f6. So that's why I didn't castle the move before. I thought about castling, and then I realized there's this problem. So you have to play with the king in the center for a while. But I think this is still an okay position. This is a position you can play. And yeah, they go after this. You've got these funny pawns in the center here. They're kind of protecting the king, so they're useful. And but white can immediately try to undermine him. And this pawn in here on f6, the pawn on f6 is weak in particular. Okay, but I'm going to go rook c8 and try for play on the c file, maybe pawn to b. Oh, that's an exciting way to play. I did not know that sacrifice was possible here. Okay, I have to take it, I think. Now let's see, what's the idea? He gets two pawns and maybe a third one. That's a lot. And do I get anything in compensation? I have stuff on the dark square. So he's going to take here with the knight, with check. And then if I exchange, the queen comes in here. If I don't exchange, he's going to take this light squared bishop. So I guess I will take.
Check.
So it's going to be queen takes, and then rook to d8 was my idea. Now where's the queen run to? There. Yeah, hitting this weak pawn. That's what I mentioned. This pawn is weak too on f6. So king here, defending the pawn, and the rook is defended by the other rook. The knight can go to e5 here maybe. The bishop. This bishop is not doing much. But let's see, 4 on 4. Yeah, so he's got a total of 3 pawns for the piece. If we go totally into an endgame, the 3 pawns might be winning. So I think I have to try and take advantage of my extra piece in the middle game. But I don't mind exchanging a few pieces, especially if it makes my king a little bit safer. Okay, let's see, what's a good maneuver for the knight? Here to where? It's putting pressure on f3. And well, it opens up a few squares for my bishop. The bishop is still not looking all that great. Yeah, I was thinking that I would take, but now he takes with the queen check and it hits the knight. Pawn takes, queen takes, check. Pawn to f6, defending the knight, hitting the queen. The queen drops down here, check. That's unfortunate. Yeah, probably should have thought of that. Oh, but the knight can come to f7. Oh, he can just take the knight. Totally missed that.
Check.
Yeah, so now he's just 3 pawns up. Well, 2 pawns up for nothing. 2 pawns up for nothing.
Check.
And now, what can I do? Yeah, he's just going to win more material here. His queen is invading. He's got the checks here and here. So I need to bring my queen back, but my rook is hanging. Rook here, and he's got queen here, check. King here. Well, it's horrible. It's all horrible. His rook at least can't leave the back rank without problems.
Check.
Okay, what can he play now? Yeah, I just trade off queens. That makes a lot of sense. I, of course, want to avoid the queen trade at all costs, so let's see if I can play on for a bit. So I have a loose bishop here, so you may be looking for tactics based on that. The bishop still has a target here, but it's also, I mean, the bishop has no moves.
Server announcement.
The queen we're on the 3rd rank here. Okay, so he just he just defended his h pawn, I guess, with the queen coming back here. And he's just going to play quietly from now on. He doesn't have to do a whole lot. Let's get my king out of the spotlight there a little bit. Now, what can I do? Okay, he's given his king some lift. Still having trouble figuring out how to mobilize my pieces. Get the queen and the rook together so they defend each other. So where can the bishop go that's useful? The bishop can go to... okay, that's setting up a big check there, right? It's kind of interesting. So, yeah, I think I'll just drop back here. But maybe I should stay here, try and stay in touch with these pawns. Okay, so I got a square for my bishop. The bishop can go here momentarily. Let's see, his queen can invade on the light squares now. Queen to e3 is the threat, right? So queen e3, I have rook here to protect h7, queen d3, rook h7. Yeah, let's play this. I need to activate that piece. I went to e3 instead of d3. That's interesting. It puts pressure on this pawn. Okay, if I do that and try and take the f pawn, he will push it forward to f4 and threaten to take here. Well, hey, let's try and get some counterplay. He can just push the pawn though, right? Still, maybe it creates a weakness over here on the king side. Yeah, if he pushes a pawn, I can at least grab a pawn and get a pawn back. If I get 2 pawns back, I'll be in the game. Okay. It's probably still a winning endgame. Yeah, he just goes into a pawn up endgame. Still, this is not as simple a win as it was before. Without the pressure on my king is active and supporting these pawns. And he has 1 extra pawn over here on the queen side compared to my majority, but I'll be able to get a passed pawn. And it's often not the not the quantity of pawns, but their quality. Okay, so he's just defending the f pawn. I can take it. Bishop takes, rook takes. No, I can't take it. That doesn't defend the rook. That leaves the rook hanging. So I believe that I want to keep the rook on. So I'm going to play rook to g8 and push this pawn forward. Speeding up the tempo a little bit, I'm down to 3 minutes. Okay, and he's defending that with the bishop. Pawn here. I'm still going to play this. Takes, takes. King here, and then pawn to pawn to f5 is my idea. And he is going to play that way. So if I try and defend it with the bishop, he can just take it because this is pinned. If I defend it with the king, he can play the pawn up. Yeah, that's good. I have a trick. Based on a counterattack? Not really. I mean, I could quickly come over here and attack this pawn, but unfortunately, it doesn't really help. Okay, let's defend the rook. So at least it's not pinned, and see how he wants to take. Takes with the rook. Yeah, he wants to get all the material off, which would help him. But I can't avoid it at this stage, right? This is forced. Still going to play f5 when I get the chance. Yeah, I was afraid he would do that. So if I trade the bishop off, this pawn is quicker. If I play here, he takes en passant, I take back. I have a passed pawn, but so does he. I don't know. Got to do something.
Check.
Ah, he's going in front of the pawn. That's interesting.
Check. Check.
Okay. So what's this? Oh, I can never dislodge him from being from that square. I guess that's the problem. And I can stop this pawn from promoting, but I can't stop these pawns from promoting. So he just has to push. Okay, I'm going to resign here. But I will
Black
upload this
resigns.
game and do a postmortem. See you guys later. Bye.